Ready to go!
Alrighty, ladies and gents, welcome to One Rep Max Day. It is my favorite day of the week. Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's about pushing these numbers higher and higher. We are on the high attachment 2 7/8 inch wrist wrench from the parallel setup today, which is for me the most fundamental of all of the vectors that I'm doing. It's the one that is most similar to the Ready Go. It is the one that Todd Hutchins has a record on of 77 kilos. That's his all-time record, by the way, which he did when he was a big super heavy weight. My One Rep Max record on it is 65 kilos so far. Today, I'm going to see if I can push past that. There's a few factors going into today. I'll be honest, guys. Today, I don't know if I'm going to get it, or not. I've been training hard. I've been dealing with a little bit of a shoulder issue. I went and saw my physiotherapist this morning before this session, just to get my shoulder worked on. Bit of inflammation in the tendon that joins the subscapularis to my shoulder. So that is at play. Plus, I know that it's just going to be hard to beat it. Last time I did this number, I was in a really red hot form. So it's going to be tough. 65 kilos, I believe, is at the elite level. Yeah. But anyway, we're going to see if we can beat it. I would personally love to get to the number of 70. That's like the dream number. Is it possible? I don't know. I need to do a good warm-up today, but we're not going to muck around. We're going to do a little bit of a warm-up, and then we're going to punch on and look for a record. So, all right, guys, wish me luck. All right, so looking at the board, there it is, 65 right, 40 left. We'll see what we can do today. Left, the cool thing is left is already above where my right started. The very first time I ever did this with Todd, I only got 35 kilos on my right. So to know that my left has already gone past there is a cool thing. I'm definitely in the best shape I've ever been in for a long time. But anyway, guys, let's get the warm-up underway. Alright guys, we've got the crane scale in action today. I'm going to try to keep this screen in a position where you guys can see it. A few people have asked me to show the crane scale more often, and I think as my numbers get higher, a few people are getting skeptical that I'm actually doing them. They think that I might be cheating or something, but not the case. Definitely, I got a bunch of crane scales. This one's my favorite because it has the peak force measurement on it. I got it from Scales Plus, Australian company. But anyway, make sure, side note, if you guys ever buy a crane scale, get one with the peak force feature, not just a hold feature. A hold feature means you have to load the weight and press the hold button to actually get it to pause, where the peak force will just tell me that, look, 6.9 kilos was the maximum force that I just did there. Anyway, we're gonna warm up. My warm-up weight starting at 15 kilos. Alright, because it is One Rep Max Day, I'm going to alternate left and right. That's generally the pattern on how I like to work things. Alright, let's go up weight. Alright, 24.7 kilo. Alright, up we go. Oh, hang on. I don't know if I want to go that heavy. Alright. 38.55 kilos. Keep in mind my One Rep Max for left is 40. Might be stepping up too much too soon for left. Anyway, right should be okay, but I'm going to start single repping from now. So once I start single repping, I really try to get the form right. Try to find the right groove. I don't want to just hit anything. Whilst it's lightweight, I kind of experiment around, push a few, pull a few. I change things. But once I'm at single reps, you start to feel your groove, whatever your groove is. Nice. Alright, 42.7. I just took a small increment up because I, mostly out of respect for my left, I don't want to jump too big, so I could take a bigger jump on my right, but yeah, out of respect for my left, I'm not going to. Alright, here's for a 1 rep max on the left. There it is, we got a new record. Ooh, peak of 43.5. Woohoo! Alright, 48.1. Just a side note, you guys can probably see the different style I use on my right versus my left. My left, actually, it happens a lot. I feel right now in this medium weight, I feel more comfortable on my left than my right. My right is giving me more aches and pains. My left, no pain. You'll see my left, I'm jamming up like this and then just rocking. If I try to do that on my right, it just feels uncomfortable. On my right, I have to drop down into a more genuine hook position. Yeah, but anyway, differences between left and right, very evident. Anyway, 48.1. Whoa, okay, I think we found my limit. That was close to a lift. I think I'll get that on my second attempt, but anyway. 48.1 and not quite a lift. It was a budge, but not a lift. It like stretched the line and almost lifted it, but it didn't. So, first failure on left. All right, we've gone up again. $52.2. It is feeling really hard today, guys. I don't know what's different. I got the lift, but it's feeling really hard. I feel like I'm using, the way my body's positioning, it's very back pressure driven. I feel like by the time I set my body down here, it's kind of just it's like as if I'm back pressuring straight up. There's not a lot of side and staying up. I don't know. I might experiment a few things. I might change up, but right now, even just 65 feels a hell of a long way away. 52 then felt super heavy. What was the peak force? Sorry, 55.5 was peak force then. Whew, anyway, we'll keep going. I'm gonna drop weight again now, go back to where I was for left. I'll reset so we see what my peak force is, regardless of whether I get the lift or not. Oh, we got it. All right, taking a fairly big jump up here because I'm feeling myself run out of energy. And I'm not even close to my 1 rep max yet, so let's have a look at the weight firstly. Alright, 63.85. So this is 1.15 kilos short of my 1 rep max. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a real lot. The last lift of 55 was tough. It felt painful and felt like it was very close to my arm's capacity. So I got demons in my head right now. Demons in my head that this is too heavy for me right now, but we'll give it a crack. This is where I have to dig into the sort of Todd Hutchins mindsets that he talked about when he was here. I know Todd talked about ignoring your body, dictating to your body what needs to happen. None of this letting your body tell you what's going on. A bit of tenderness through the bicep and all that sort of stuff, whatever, means nothing. Fire up and get it done. So on that note, let's have a go. 63.85. Only 59.6. I don't know if you can hear my you can hear my frustration then. I try to read into that what it was. As I engaged with my back pressure, I then added like shoulder drive, and it just wasn't happening. And I knew it wasn't going to be good then when I looked at the numbers, but 59.6, first failure, well short of where I need to be. This isn't even going for a 1 rep max yet, but I was, 4 kilos away from picking that up. Alright, I'm going to give myself like 3-4 minutes break, guys, and I'm going to come back. Alright guys, I've had about 5 minutes off. In the last 5 minutes what I did is I actually went back and watched my 1 rep max video of when I lifted the 65. I wanted to see exactly the form and the shape and everything. And I dug super deep. The other interesting thing is on Monday earlier this week, I tried to put in a random sneaky 1 rep max attempt, and I tried to get 70, and I didn't get 70. I peaked out with 65 kilos on the crane scale as my peak force. So I know 65 is in me. It was in me on Monday. Like I said, I'm battling demons in my head right now, but because in recent weeks what I've had is I've experienced my maximal lift and then having a rest and then it fading away after that. So I maxed out at here 59 peak force so far today. I've given myself 5 minutes, and rather than attempt the 63 kilos, I've just bumped it up. I've put some extra weight on. I want to make sure that if I'm gonna get one big lift in today, that it's going to be a 1 rep max. So I've added some weight, and yeah, let's see what the weight is. All right, 72.15, and I'm going to reset that. And I'm going to see what my peak force comes out at if I don't get it. But like I said, funny mindset today, funny feeling physically as well. I need to just, yeah, I need to just go for it. All right. Yeah. 62.75 peak force. It's better than 59. Got to admit, it's disappointing. It's disappointing not to be able to hit the same number that I hit on Monday. I peak forced this at 65 on Monday when I was trying for a 70. I'm obviously a long way short. I'll drop some weight off and get it down to 66. for my last attempt. Alright guys, I'm back. Another 5 minutes off. I'm taking out all the stops here. It's hot and sweaty at the moment, so I'm chalking up this pad where my elbow sits during the 1 rep max. I don't want to get any slippage and losing traction where it matters. I've lowered the weight. It's not on 70 odd kilos anymore. We're going for, I think it should be hopefully around somewhere around 66. Let's have a look. Alright, 68.3 kilos. Been a tough session, but this is my final attempt, final lift, no matter what. Been a tough session. Ugh. Everything has to be spot on. I'd really like this. I'd really like this. Hit 19 consecutive 1 rep max records. This is going for 20. I just need to get above 65 on my peak force. If I get above 65 on my peak force, I'll be happy. This damn wrist wrench. It's my enemy. It's my enemy. Come on. Yeah! Come on! There's the lift, people. There is the lift. Oh my goodness. I'll be honest with you right there, guys. I'll tell you the zone, the mental zone I had to go into. I went to a mental zone then. I actually used the mat mask tactic. The mat mask tactic was prior to that lift, I gave myself a reason to be strong. I gave myself the reason. I literally imagined someone beating up and pushing around my son Bradley. Weird, I know, but I tried to tap into some anger. I tried to tap into some aggression. And yeah. 68 kilos done. And I did that well. I did that well. That felt like it could have. I felt like I could have done more. The way that felt under my arm and the elbow tension, it felt good. You learn a lot. You learn a lot in this process, and I think I just learned how to be stronger when I don't want to be. And yeah, that's really cool. I didn't expect to get that. The way this session was feeling, I did not expect to get a 1 rep max. I was already coming up with thumbnails of like how I was gonna represent the thumbnail on this YouTube video saying, first time I've failed to get a 1 rep max. And now I don't need to do that. 68 kilos is now officially the 1 rep max, and 47 on right. On left. Yeah. Happy days, guys. Alright guys, I'm kind of speechless on this session. When Todd said to me a couple of weeks ago that I've matured in my strength and I'm now into the hard gains, I knew he was right, and now I really know he was right. That was the toughest 1 rep max session I've had by a long way. I had to deal with so many demons then. I had to really, I had to go to places that I've never had to go to before in the gym. I flat out did not think I was going to get it. Like I said, I was already making up excuses, making up answers, making up thumbnails, making up descriptions, making up everything that I was going to write to go along with this one. I didn't think I was going to get it. I really didn't. My arm felt beat up in the low 50s. It was already feeling like I was getting the signals from my arm that it was already done. So I'm genuinely surprised. Yeah, genuinely surprised that I got there. In recent weeks I've had these dramas where with my 1 rep maxes where I've only had one strong lift, and then my rest time has not really changed anything. I've come back and been weaker, where today my rest time kind of worked for the positive. Obviously my second failure, I think I got 63 or whatever it was as a peak force when I was trying to lift that 70. And that really frustrated me. It really angered me, and it just bothered me because I'd done a peak force of 65 on Monday, just casually. And it was really bothering me that I was down on my 1 rep max. I didn't like the idea of it at all. I did not like the idea of missing a 1 rep max record. So yeah, combination of factors. Mentally, like I said, I went to the mat mask zone. I think that had a big factor. I can't really describe exactly why I got better on that last lift. It mattered a lot to me, and it showed the lesson I learned from it. It shows how much getting everything right makes a difference, and how much mindset makes a difference. Mindset really does affect strength, undoubtedly so. And that was, I love having the crane scale because that makes it absolute in its determination. It makes it absolutely certain in that regard. So it's unquestionable when you see the crane scale and the different numbers that happen at different times relative to your mind frame. And yeah. So maybe when I get to Zloty, I'm going to have to fire up and think about some angry thoughts. I don't know. I've never been someone who's harnessed anger before. I've always just harnessed excitement about putting in my best performance. But today was a day where I was struggling to put that excitement into the workout, and anger seemed to do the job at replacing that. So I don't know. No doubt I'm going to be excited when I get to the Zloty. So I think my standard mental approach is going to work. But it's nice now to know that I have this in my back pocket as something that can be utilized if I'm not feeling it in a mental sense. Yeah, wow, guys, only 2 more 1 rep max sessions to go before Zloty. I'm not even sure what vectors I'm going to do. The last 2 weeks have been the fundamental vectors that I think matter most. I think that I might do a back pressure vector next, and the very, very, very last one I do, I don't know, I'll work something out. But either way, it's nice to know that today ended up the way it did and not the way that I thought it was going to. And guys, thank you for all your support, lots of comments. And I just wanted to also put a big shout out and thank you to the World Arm Wrestling League, in particular Devin Larratt, Michael Todd, Neil Pickup, and RVJ. I'll say thank you to RVJ too. The video that went out on the World Arm Wrestling League today, those guys named me as kind of like the emerging star of the WAL from 2019, and it was really awesome to hear Devin Larratt say the things he did, and Michael Todd say the things he did, and Neil Pickup say the things he did. Naturally, RVJ was a bit defensive on it and doesn't think that I can catch him, but it was really inspiring to hear that from those guys. It made me want to train today, and it made me really value those guys a whole lot more. Not that I didn't value them immensely already, but I love this journey and I love where it's heading. Everything up to this point has been amazing, and I think it's only going to become more and more amazing as time goes by. It's an absolute privilege. It's an honor that I get to call it a career, and I get to dedicate myself fully to arm wrestling. There's not many people on the planet that get that opportunity, so I'm extremely grateful for everyone who has made that possible. And those guys in the WAL panel, big thank you to you, and to you guys in the YouTube world. I think you're my favorite out of all the social media platforms that I've put content out on. You guys feel like a community to me, and the amount of support that I get from you guys really is awesome, and it just means a lot. So guys, thank you. I'm gonna wrap this one up here. Strange session, really cool result in the end. Yeah, leave your thoughts below. I'd love to read them. And yeah, all right guys, see ya.
Yes, that's a man!